following announcement has been paid for by
the ENN Podcast.
He has a good energy, you guys.
Can you feel
Sport.
that excitement?
And also,
Wearing the merchandise, wearing the hats.
Is what I'm seeing for real?
I'm here live from Lincoln Financial.
I can't wait till this video's over so I can say his name anymore.
Music.
Wow.
Man, again, and I hate to do this again, but these are goofy.
What the hell? What is it? Whoa! What the hell?
And more.
What's his next book gonna be called? Got you cocksucker! I did not see that coming.
Welcome back, everybody, to another live stream here at ENN, the ENN Podcast, Eagles News Now. Testing out this connection. It doesn't look that great on the screen. Hopefully it looks better to you guys. So the Eagles lose today in the wild card round of the playoffs against Tom Brady and the world champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not surprising by any stretch of the imagination. Not surprising to myself and not surprising to local or national media who had the Eagles pegged as underdogs, and rightfully so, as a seventh seed and a team that, you know, kind of snuck their way into the playoffs after beating a group of really bad teams, really bad quarterbacks. But they did it after being 2-5. And really, I mean, after that Raiders game, you know, I freaked out on here. I thought that this team, there's no way that they would win 5 games, and they were projected to only win 4. But Nick Sirianni kept the team together, and they really did some special stuff during that stretch run at the end of the year. Jalen Hurts looked really good. You know, the defense looked really good. And again, these were against bad football teams. And then today comes, and they face Tom Brady and the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And as I said in the preview, like, the Eagles, in order to win this game or to have a chance in this game, they were going to have to be perfect. Like, everything that they did was going to have to be perfect. They were going to have to play a perfect game. And as we saw, it was the complete opposite. Right from the get-go, first off, I'm just going to let you guys know this, and I've said this many times in the past, even when the Eagles were on their winning streak, and I'll say it again. Jonathan Gannon is not a good defensive coordinator. And I just, you can look at it as, well, the personnel that he has on the team isn't very good, besides a couple of guys. You can say that, or you can kind of look at it how I look at it. When you see the defensive backs playing so far off from the wide receivers, like to the point where if you think about home plate and the center fielder, that's how much space it seems like these guys have. And then you see Tom Brady see it and just pick them apart, and it happens the entire game. That's on the defensive coordinator. You know, not barely bringing any pressure, barely blitzing, really just letting Tom Brady, I know they got to him, I think 4 times, I think it was 4 sacks, but really just letting him, besides for maybe 3 or 4 drives, do whatever the hell he wanted to do. Letting backup running backs, Gio Bernard, who hasn't played for months, like just coming off an ACL, looking good in there. You know, Vaughn, the third string running back, going in there. I mean, this is a Tampa Bay offense that was without Antonio Brown, who famously walked off, which lost Chris Godwin to injury. Really only had Gronkowski and Mike Evans to worry about. And they just couldn't do it. They just could not do it. When Rob Gronkowski ends up in the end zone uncovered, like the most important guy, the one guy in that red zone who you should be worrying about, when he goes in there uncovered, there's definitely an issue. There's definitely a problem with the defensive coordinator. And it's my hate for Jonathan Gannon. I really hope that this guy gets a head coaching job. I can't see how with that performance. But I really hope that he does. And because I want a different defensive coordinator on this team. And hopefully, maybe the Eagles will see that. I mean, look, this was a season, again, where they were only supposed to win 4 games, and they ended up getting into the wild card round of the playoffs. Hopefully Howie Roseman and the Eagles front office looks at this as a opportunity to really take over the NFC East with, again, I said the future looks bright in the title of this because they've got 3 first-round picks, guys. They've got 3 first-round picks. They've got a bunch of money to spend. I mean, this can turn around really easily. And the fact that they're rebuilding and weren't even supposed to be here, to me, I think says a lot about this team. It's a reason to be excited. Normally, I take this jersey off when they lose. Normally, I'm disgusted. I don't want any part of the Eagles for the rest of the day, but I'm not feeling that way today. I feel, like I said, I'm proud of this football team. I think they did a lot of things they weren't supposed to do, and they ran into a buzzsaw. That's Tom Brady and a great coaching staff in Bruce Arians, Todd Bowles, who's going to be a head coach, Brian Leftwich, who most likely is going to be a head coach. But I said it, Todd Bowles is the type of dude that he's gonna try to take the run away. That's what he's gonna do, and he did it. And the Eagles really didn't have any answers for that. They just didn't have any answers for it. You saw, and Troy Aikman was going crazy. You saw Devontae Smith really not getting utilized. It was to the point where the first half they just continued to target Goddard, and then in the second half they just continued to target Devontae Smith, and there was no mixture. There's really no creativity. They didn't stick to what they do best, and that's run the football. And they tried to run the football with Miles Sanders. That didn't work. And you barely saw Jordan Howard. Boston Scott got one touch, and it was a touchdown. They didn't mix up these guys. And this connection, for some reason, is really bad, guys, and I apologize for that. I'm not sure why it is like it is, so I'll make this as short as I possibly can. But they just didn't do a lot of things that they should, and I think if you get a wide receiver in here to play opposite Devontae Smith, you bring in, maybe you get another back, a couple more linemen, and then on that defensive side, it needs a complete overhaul as far as the linebackers are concerned and the tackles, in my opinion. This is a team that, again, year one of a rebuild, goes into the wild card round of the playoffs, and they get smoked by Tom Brady and the world champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. However, at least if there is and I'm watching videos of Cowboy fans throwing stuff at their own players. So as Mr. Fantasy Football says, the Cowboys lost. At least the Eagles aren't Dem Boys. At least they're not the Dallas Cowboys, because the Dallas Cowboys this season, we're not in year one of a rebuild. This was Super Bowl or bust with everything that they put together. And they just lost to the San Francisco 49ers in one of the most hilarious fashions I've ever seen. Time's running out. Touchdown wins the game for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, for whatever reason, runs up the field with like 5 seconds left. They've got no timeouts. Tries to spike the ball without the official touching it, which is the rule, and they lose. They lose the game. And so the Eagles, who were 9-8 in year one of a rebuild, got to the same spot that the Cowboys did, that won the division. And I just can't, I really try to only worry about my team as I take a look at that new Eagle ink there. It's pretty sweet. However, when a team comes to Philly, plays against their backups, keeps their starters in the entire game, and dances in the end zone like it's the Super Bowl, and then has to play real players, the next week and loses, I've got absolutely no sympathy for this Cowboys team. It's hilarious to me. The Giants stink. Watching the football team stinks. And, what happens now in Dallas? I don't know. To me, the Eagles, the future is bright. Again, 3 first-round picks, a bunch of salary cap money, a head coach that seems to know what he's doing, a defensive coordinator that hopefully might not be here this year. And I just think that, again, I think the future is bright. Now, what happens at quarterback? That's another video for another day. Do you keep Jalen Hurts or not? Again, another video for another day, because we can talk about that all day long. And again, for whatever reason, this I'm not liking this connection that I'm seeing here. So I'm probably going to end this now. But yeah, guys, it's been a hell of a season. Again, I'll probably go live tomorrow at some point to talk about the season, kind of reflect on it, or that might just be an edited video. Also, for all the Falling Reverse fans, new song came out a couple weeks ago. Easy for me to say, called Zombified. I will be doing a reaction video to that. Soprambros. Easy for me to say. Look at this. Education is important, but wrestling is importanter. The Soprambros will be returning to the ENN podcast as well as some other different projects we have going on. Not enough hours in the day, and the Eagle season being over will definitely open up some time for me and everybody here at ENN. And it's just been a fun season, man. It's been a really fun season. I can't tell you how awesome it's been. It's just been really fun. So what time do we have here? 8:42. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this, guys, because the connection's really bad. And I'll be back tomorrow with some more reaction. And I'll take this King Chris Sama. I feel like we should still build our. Yes, they have to. They have to. If they keep all three of those picks, two of those picks has got to be defense, man. The Eagles desperately need linebackers. They need another corner. Stevie Nelson, I wouldn't care if he leaves. And they need some tackles that can get to the quarterback because it's just not happening right now. So how they address that, I don't know. But they got to do it. And they have the chips, and like I said, they have the pieces to do that. They have the absolute pieces to do that. They've got the draft picks. They've got the salary cap space for next year to do that. So this team is going to look completely different next year. Could have a different quarterback in here. I don't know. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not stressed out. I'm letting my hair down. And I'm going to enjoy this night. Again, it's was hilarious watching the Cowboys lose. But we all knew, we kind of all knew that was going to happen, that they were going to go in there and be one and done. They spend, Kyle Brandt put out a tweet. The Cowboys spend all year winning games, selling jerseys. And then in January, they don't do anything. They do squat. They do nothing. And that's it. All that talent on that team. And they might be looking for a new quarterback too. I don't know. But that being said, guys, one of my shorter live streams. But again, I can see that for whatever reason, the connection is not stable, and I don't want to put you guys through that. So everybody stay safe out there. I hope you guys all at least enjoyed the Cowboys losing today. And again, their fans are throwing garbage at them. That's where they're at right now. That's where that Dallas Cowboy franchise is at this point. So that being said, stay safe, stay healthy, go Birds, and I'll see you later.